Welcome back, True Seeker. September 19th, 2018. And a top news story today, Maroon 5 announced as the halftime entertainment for Super Bowl 53, upcoming February 3rd, 2019. Fitting date to announce, right? The 19th for the Super Bowl in 2019. Before we get into this, I just want to go back to last year and what I showed. Justin Timberlake was announced as the halftime performer on September 27th, and that happens to be the Jesuit Order's birthday. Notice the colors they had in the background when this news broke, red and black. Those are the Jesuit colors. This year, Super Bowl 53 is going to be hosted by the Atlanta Falcons. Arthur Blank, the owner of the team, is a Jesuit. You might recall the Pope, the first Jesuit Pope, he blessed Super Bowl 51. The Falcons were playing in that Super Bowl. Jesuit Pope, Jesuit ownership. Anyway, what I showed last year is the Super Bowl was announced 239 days from Justin Timberlake's birthday, or the Super Bowl halftime entertainer was announced 239 days from his birthday. And the reason that mattered is because 239 was the 52nd prime number, and it was going to be the year of Super Bowl 52. And like I also showed, on September 23rd of last year, 2017, Donald Trump took on the NFL of the protest of the flag. And from that news story, I was able to say, aha, here's our Super Bowl. It'll be the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. The reason I knew that is because the flag was sewn in Philadelphia at 239 Arch Street, and the Patriots have the flag on the side of their helmet. I already knew the Patriots were going to be in the Super Bowl because of riddles from before the season, but if you were following me last year, this is how I was able to piece it together. And then, days after Trump took on the NFL on 23/9, you get Justin Timberlake announced as the halftime performer. 239 days from his birthday. So, I'm just explaining to you that all of this stuff is done ritualistically. Last year's announcement also came 131 days from the Super Bowl. Super Bowl equals 131. This year they did the ritual a little bit different, but the riddle's clear to see again. So, this time it's Maroon 5 and Adam Levine, and I know Maroon 5 spells out the 5 with the number, but if you write out Maroon 5 as words, it sums to 53. It's Super Bowl 53 upcoming, and 53 is a very special number to the NFL. In the NFL, there's a 53-man roster for each team. The field's 53 and 1/3 yards wide. The reason why is because of the shape of the football. It's the most important shape in sacred geometry, and in Gematria, Vesica Piscis, the name of that shape, sums to 53. Gematria, geometry and language. The Vesica Piscis, the most important shape in sacred geometry. Doing things by the numbers. This is a Masonic code. American football is credited to Freemasonry. So from today to the upcoming Super Bowl is 137 days later. 137 days, which is the 33rd prime. In Satanic Gematria, NFL equals 137. This year, the Super Bowl's in Atlanta on the 33rd parallel. This is the Falcons' 53rd NFL season. Appropriately, they're hosting Super Bowl 53. Atlanta is commonly abbreviated ATL, which has the Gematria of 33 on the 33rd parallel. Again, 137, the 33rd prime. Another shape for the football is the mandorla. That's its name in Christianity. Mandorla 33, Masonry 33, Secrecy 33, Federal 33, Order 33. Big number with the gang. And for more Freemason tributes in regards to the Super Bowl, just a little bit of history. The Freemason logo, the capital G with the compass, with instruments of geometry around the G. Gematria, geometry and language, a Masonic language. The compass is set at 47 degrees because it's a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation for a structure. Foundation equals 47. The first Super Bowl was in the 47th season of the NFL. It was in the year that began in 66. 66 is the 11th triangular number. If you add 1 through 11 together, it equals 66. Football is a game of 11 on 11. In Jewish Gematria, NFL equals 66. So here's the Falcons in their 53rd season hosting the Super Bowl. Here's what else is a trip. Adam Levine, the frontman for Maroon 5, his birthday is March 18th. He's 39 years old. We're going to look at how many days it is from his last birthday, his 39th birthday, to the Super Bowl, and how many days it is from the Super Bowl to his upcoming 40th birthday. Something really interesting here. So from his 39th birthday to the Super Bowl's 322 days, and from the Super Bowl to his 40th birthday is 43 days. And the reason this matters is because 322 and 43 are both special numbers to Yale Skull and Bones. If you're not familiar with the Masonic Order Skull and Bones, this is their logo. George Herbert Walker Bush and his son George W. Bush were both Skull and Bones members, both presidents. When Bush ran for re-election in 2004, he ran against John Kerry, who was a member of Skull and Bones. And consider this is a society that only allows 15 new members each year, so they're a very small group. 2 Skull and Bones members, the frontrunners for president in 2004. It's not hard to see what a joke your nation is. It's not a democracy, it's a Masonic dictatorship, and everything in this nation is done by this code. But anyway, Skull and Bones has Gematria 41, and I can't tell you how many Super Bowls George Herbert Walker Bush has been at. It's been a lot. Almost every year when the Super Bowl's on, the camera will go to him. But no, Skull and Bones and Super Bowl are both 41. Tom Brady's 41 this year. We're going to get to that. Notice Yale, where Skull and Bones is 43. George Herbert Walker Bush was the 43rd vice president. His son, George W. Bush, was the 43rd president. Jeb Bush was the 43rd governor of Florida. If you weren't alive then, when George W. Bush became president, the vote came down to Florida. At first, they called it in favor of Gore, and Gore won the election. And then 30 minutes later, they said, oh, never mind, actually, it's too close. And then next thing you know, George W. Bush was the president. But a lot of 43 there. 43rd vice president, 43rd president, 43rd governor of Florida. Oh, by the way, Florida equals 43. Also, and Florida decided who became the 43rd president. Just think about it. Yale's in New Haven, Connecticut. The way you write New Haven, Connecticut on an envelope is New Haven, CT 43. 43 also matters because Masonic's 43. Masonic's also 223 in Jewish Gematria, the reflection of 322. Football's also 43. As for this news coming September 19th, that date can be written 19/9 like 199. 199 is the 46th prime number. Today's date also has 46 numerology. Tom Brady was once the 199th pick of the NFL draft. Tom Brady equals 46. He was drafted out of Michigan, 46. Patriots, 46. The 199th pick out of Michigan, Tom Brady to the Patriots, 199, the 46th prime. It's not true for just Tom Brady. This is the way the entire NFL is when you know this code. It's just Tom Brady's the face of the NFL. Tom Brady, 41 years old this year. Ancient in NFL years. Don't forget Tom, the face of the league, is also 33. So he just got his birthday present, Josh Gordon. If you don't follow my channel, Gematria Effect Sports, I said why Josh Gordon would go to the Patriots this past Monday, as he did. Of course, it was a numerical ritual, perfectly lined up. Always is. But year after year, it's this way. You know, let's go back and look at Lady Gaga from Super Bowl 51, just for kicks. Let's look at her birthday. Lady Gaga birthday. March 28th. Do you remember what the score was? Let's look at the, watch this. I want to show you the Super Bowl 51 score. Hold on. Hold on. I need it where it shows it quarter by quarter. Remember, her birthday is March 28th. Come on. For the people out there who text me every second, I don't like reading 10 text messages after another. I just ignore your guys' text messages for the record. I wish I didn't give out my phone number to so many people. Got so many serial texters that have my phone number. Can't you guys see I'm busy enough? All right, so here we are. You see how the score was 3-21 at halftime? The Falcons scored the first points of the second half. They made the score 28-3. And that was right after Lady Gaga performed. Lady Gaga with the 28/3 birthday, March 28th. And then once the score was 28-3, then the Patriots came back and won the game. And if you weren't following me back then, I guaranteed why the Patriots would win that game. Said how it had everything to do with 25 Patriots versus Falcons. That Super Bowl was on February 5th, 2/5 like 25. Falcons equals 25. The Patriots got down 25 points. And then they came back. Tom Brady became 5-2 in Super Bowls on February 5th, a date that can be written 5/2. That was the 97th season of the NFL. Show you this. Bill Belichick, 97. 97's the 25th prime number. They moved the touchback to 25 yards. The point I'm trying to make to you is all the halftime entertainers are part of the ritual of the Super Bowl. Timberlake, he performed in the land of 10,000 lakes. Notice Justin Timberlake equals 108. They sold 108 game balls for every Super Bowl. You can look it up. Gematria equals 108 forwards and backwards in the base ciphers. The Vesica Piscis, the important shape in sacred geometry. How many game balls for Super Bowl? They make 108 game balls. You see, it's all geometry. It's all encoded. It's the same reason that there's 108 double stitches on a Major League Baseball. And Major League equals 108. Just like how I guaranteed in spring training the Cubs would break the 108-year drought that they did. Cubs hadn't been in the World Series since 45 before they did that. Notice Major League's 45. Cubs is 45. Illinois is 45. Wrigley's 45. If you add 1 through 9 together, it equals 45, like 9 innings in a baseball game. Hold on, though. I want to come back to Lady Gaga. There was more riddles with her. Lady Gaga. Notice it's 31, her name Gematria. Houston's 31. The Patriots scored 31 unanswered points in their comeback win. And her birthday, March 28th. Let's see how many days it was after Super Bowl 51. Super Bowl 51 was on February 5th, 2017. Her birthday was March 28th, 2017. Her birthday was 51 days after Super Bowl 51. You see how they did that? Falcons went down in their 51st season. Her birthday, her name, it was all part of the script of the score and the comeback. And I don't know how anyone would watch that game and not know that it was scripted. I mean, the Falcons had 1st and 10. They were in field goal range. There was like 3 minutes left in the game. And they decided to throw the ball and drop back and take big sacks. It got to the down 3rd and 33. Then they had to punt, use no time on the clock. They were up 8 points. All they had to do was run the ball 3 straight times, kick a field goal, and win the Super Bowl. No brainer, you know. Pee Wee coach would have won the game with the position the Falcons were in over the Super Bowl. But you have to understand, the entire NFL is a rigged script by the numbers. Everything's done ritualistically by this code. And you just go back year after year and look at the halftime performer and, you know. Remember last year also in Minneapolis, they paid tribute to Prince. Prince died April 21st, 2016, which was a leap year, the 112th day of the year. And then Prince gets paid tribute to in his hometown. Prince's date of death, April 21st, 16, 4 plus 21, 16. It was also a date with 41 numerology. If you weren't following me then, I said why Prince was going to die in the days ahead after Vanity died before the 58th Grammys. I showed how it was a riddle with Purple Rain. Vanity died before the 58th Grammys. All the numbers coded into her death pointed at Prince. Prince sung the song I Would Die For You, and he spelled it with the number 4 and the letter U. U with the alphabetic order is 21. For You is 421. I Would Die For You. He died. I would die April 21st, the day he died. You know. Prince performed Purple Rain at a Super Bowl in halftime, the only Super Bowl halftime where it ever rained. You know, if you haven't read my book, Letters and Numbers, if you haven't read this book, I show how all of the world of news is scripted, all of the world of sports is scripted, and how weather warfare is even conducted by the numbers. You know, they've known how to cause intentional rain, admittedly, since 1952. Before long, it'll be a century since they admitted that. How deep in the game do you think we are? So just know, you know, this is the code. This is how they operate. Justin, I almost forgot one. Justin performed in last year's Super Bowl. Justin, 93. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 93 on the 93rd Meridian. Minneapolis has the Gematria at 55. Tom Brady fell to 5-5 in Super Bowls after a late sack fumble by number 55 on the Eagles. All part of the script. Jerome Brown, murdered by the numbers when he was 28 years old, member of the Philadelphia Eagles. He would have turned 53 years old on the date of last year's Super Bowl. Pennsylvania, where the Eagles are from, 53. It made Tom Brady and the Patriots, in the time Tom Brady's been on the team, 5-3 in Super Bowls. I can go on for days, you guys. There's so much more to this. But just want to make sure it's thorough. Laying it on thick. I'll tell you what. If you don't got $5 for my book, you're a bad investor. Very bad. Very, very bad. And I hate to tell you that about yourself, but, you know, this book, it'll take you places. And the reason it's priced at $5 is because I know a lot of you are broke, just like how I grew up broke. You know, $5 was a big investment for my folks, so I see the world through those eyes. That's why the book that should be about $5 million is priced at $5. And when you read it, you'll see that it should be priced, or that it's worth that much money. You know, you go to all the Ivy League schools in the world and not learn as much as you need to learn in this book. Guaranteed. Till next time, truth seeker.